let's take a look at how we can view file contents. So we have cat, which the cat command actually displays the entire file. Now there's another command called less, and there's also more, in which you can not necessarily see the word display means well it's better if I give everyone an example. So here we are on our terminal, and if we do the list command, this is our current directory right here. It doesn't really have any large files. To get the large files, we need to get the log files, and the log files they are in the directory called var. Okay, so let's do ls var /log, and we can see the various log files here, and we can see the boot log files. Now, I'm going to introduce everyone to another command called the grep command, and that will filter out the particular file. So if we do ls var /log, or if we didn't want to do that, we can just go up one on our arrow to go back to our last command. And let's say we wanted to show only the files with the word boot in it. So here we do the pipe grep boot, and that shows us every file in the var log directory with the boot word in it. Now, we have our boot directories. Let's say we want to see what's in it. So let's clear out our desktop first, and let's use the cat command to take a look at the some of the boot logs. So, for example, let's look at boot log 1. So we're going to do cat var log, which allows us to view the contents of the file. That's what the cat command does. So, for example, let's look at hello.c. So if we cat hello.c, we can see that this is the hello.c command. You recall we did this one last week. Let's cat sample.py, and we just said print hello. Okay, so let's go ahead and cat bootlog.1. So we're going to say cat, and then because we're not in the same directory, we have to go to the var log directory. We have to express the direction where we want it to look, the actual directory, var log, and we want to cat out bootlog1. So boot.log.1. Now, because the boot logs are very they're very, I guess you could say, you need some sort of authority to get in there. You need extra permissions because it can be sensitive information. It's really meant for admin's eyes only. So it's not enough for us to say cat var log bootlog 1. We have to say sudo cat var bootlog 1, and we're able to do that. But you see how it scrolls through the entire screen, and it can get so long that it can violate our screen cache, if you will. We don't really want to do that. So this is where cat is sometimes not what we need. Sometimes we can use less, but I'm going to introduce you to a command that's not even on here. It's called more. Okay, so let's go down here. Okay, and instead of going cat, we're going to use the streaming command more. And by the way, when we say viewing file contents, what we're really saying is we're describing something called streaming. Streaming or viewing file contents. And so streaming is the more apt word. But again, sudo, instead of saying cat, we're going to use the program more. Enter. And look at what the more does. This is where we enter the command. You see it stops here. It stops at the edge of our desktop screen. And if we want to do, if we want to see more, we press the space bar. Look at that. Isn't that great? Okay. And if we want to go back up, we press the up button to go back up, but isn't this great? It stops at the edge of our screen. Now to get out of here, we can just press Control Z. Interestingly enough, there's more, but we have less. Okay, what is less? Less is the opposite of more in our common syntax, right? In our common vernacular. But the joke is less is more in Linux terms because less is a program and it can do more things in the program called more. So instead of saying more, let's use the less program. And look at this. Let's see. It's a binary file. See it anyway? Yes. So it allows us to view binary files, and it also has this metadata here. That's why escape. It just shows more metadata than more does. You can see these. There's an escape characters and then mentions here, and it can just do more. Now another thing is sometimes you only want to see. The first few at the start or the end because it is a log file. So in this particular case, let's see. Maybe if we wanted to see the first here, this is Sunday the 15th. This is let's see if we can get another date. Sunday the 12th. So obviously it's the very first part of this log is the things that happen before, and the latest things are at the end. So sometimes you just want to see the things at the end. So maybe you want to see tail. So what this does is shows you the last 10 lines or so of the things that happened most recently. And if you want to use take a look at the earliest things in the log, the earliest events, you use head. Okay, now if you want to see live log monitoring, you can use tail-f. All right. So anyways, so I just wanted to introduce everyone to the concept of streaming in Linux.